Hello students, this is Girijesh Kumar Mal, lecturer in English in Sri Gandhi Vidyalaya Inter College, Basharama Raebareli. Dear students, today we shall study a lesson in English for the students of class 9. It's a poem and the name of the poem is A Legend of the Northland by Phoebe Carey. First of all, I would like to make your concept clear about the title. Actually, there are two terms in this title. The first is legend and the second one is the Northland. Legend, which is known as Dant Katha in Hindi, it means a historical story, one which is very old and has been passed from generation to generation. And Northland is a region or area which is near the North Pole. The exact place is not specified in this poem, but Northland means the area in the northernmost part of the earth that is near the North Pole. Please pay attention on the map. Here it is North Pole and the area around it is known as northern area or Northland area. It may be any country like Denmark, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Russia, Canada. To all the countries near the North Pole is known as Northland area. It means a legend of the Northland is a historical story of the area near the North Pole. Actually, a legend of the Northland is a ballad. What is ballad? Ballad means Gatha Giti in Hindi. It is such kind of poem which tells a story in short stanzas. Actually, there are 16 stanzas in this poem and all the stanzas comprises 4 lines. These stanzas will tell us a story. Ballads are a part of folk culture. Folk culture, it means a story of any particular area, or popular culture and are passed on orally from one generation to the next generation. Before starting the poem, I would like to give you summary of this poem so that you may clear your concept about the poem. Actually, this poem is a legend about an old lady who angered Saint Peter because of her greed. The story goes on like this. Actually, one day Saint Peter was preaching around the world and reached the door of a cottage where this woman lived. She was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. Saint Peter was fainting with hunger. He asked the lady to give him a piece of cake. The cake that she was baking then appeared to be too long, so she did not give him that, and instead she baked another smaller one that also appeared to be big, so she did not give him that also. The second time she baked yet another smaller cake, but found it too big to give away. In the third attempt, she took an extremely little scrap of dough and rolled it flat. She had it as thin as a wafer, but was unable to part with that also. This angered Saint Peter a lot. He said that she was not fit to live in a human form and enjoy food and warmth. He cursed her and transferred her into a woodpecker. Woodpecker is a bird who had to bore in hard, dry wood to get its scanty food. She can be seen in the trees all day boring for food. So, let us start the poem. Away, away in the Northland, where the hours of the day are few and nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. Away, away in the Northland. Away, away in the Northland. The Northland refers to the region, the Northland is the region around the North Pole which is extremely cold. Just I have told you that it could be any country like Russia, Canada, Greenland, Norway, etc. Actually, in this region, the duration of the day is very less because its position is such that the sun's rays reach for a very less time. When this area is experiencing winter season, the duration of night is very long and the daytime hours are very less. So the poet says that away, away in the northland, where the hours of the day are few, means the daytime is very less, and the nights are so long in winter that they cannot sleep them through. They cannot. In the fourth line, you pay attention on the fourth line, that they refers to the people who live in that region. Actually, the poet says that the duration of the night time is so long that the people cannot sleep them through. If they go to bed, take a few hours to sleep, and then they wake up, that is still night time. So, away, away in the northland, where the hours of the day are few and the nights are so long in winter that they can't sleep them through. Let us come to the next stanza, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows, and the children look like bear's cubs in their funny furry clothes. Harness. In the opening line of this stanza, harness. Harness means to tie. Swift. Swift, it means something which runs very fast. And reindeer. Reindeer is an animal which is found in this polar region. To the sledges. Sledges. बर्फ पे फिसलने वाली जो गाड़ी होती है, that is known as sledges. It means a vehicle or runners for conveying loads or passengers over snow or ice, often pulled by draught animals. So, where they harness the swift reindeer to the sledges when it snows. When it snows. When it snows, and the children look like bear's cubs in their funny furry clothes. Actually, the Northland region experiences severe cold conditions. It is a snowy area. People tie the reindeers with a rope to sledges, and then the reindeers pull the sledges for transportation. He adds that the children looks like young ones of the bear because they wear funny looking clothes made of fur, furry clothes made of fur, which is like the furry skin of a bear. Okay? Come to the next stage. They call them a curious story. I don't believe tis true, and yet you may learn a lesson if I tell to you. They tell them a curious. Curious means strange, and the word they refers to the parents or elders, and them, the word them refers to the children or younger generation. Here, the poet says that the elders of the Northland region tell a strange and interesting story to the younger generation. The poet says that he does not think that the story is true, but if he tells the story to the reader, maybe the reader could learn a lesson from it. Learn a lesson from it. The story gives an important message. Here the poet says that if I tell to you, you may learn a lesson from it. What is the lesson? Once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it preaching, just as he did, you know. Here, the word Saint Peter. Saint Peter, actually a disciple or follower of Jesus Christ. And preaching, the word preaching is used in the third line. Preaching means to give a religious talk. So once when the good Saint Peter lived in the world below and walked about it, preaching just as he did, you know. Actually, the story is about Saint Peter. When Saint Peter used to live in the world and went around giving religious lectures to the people, just like all saints do. Then an incident happened. Which type of incident happens? First of all, I would like to show you the picture of Saint Peter. Here, Saint Peter. Saint Peter is a follower of the Jesus Christ. Come to the history. So, and walked about it, preaching just as he did, you know. So, Saint Peter used to live in the world and went around giving religious lectures to the people, just like all saints do. An incident happened. Which type of incident? He came to the door of cottage. In traveling around the earth, where the little woman was making cakes and baking them on the hearth. Hearth, it means fireplace where you do cooking. So he came to the door of a cottage in traveling around the earth. Actually, when Saint Peter was moving around the world, giving religious lectures to the people, he reached the door of a cottage where a small woman was making cake. A little woman was making cake. She was baking the cakes in the hearth, it means fireplace. And being faint with fasting, faint, it means to be weak, famished. So, and being faint with fasting, for the day was almost done, he asked her from her store of cakes to give him a single one. Actually, as Saint Peter had not eaten anything that entire day, so he went to this woman who was baking cakes and he asked for one cake out of the many cakes that she had baked. The woman, what happened? So she made a very little cake, but as it baking lay, she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. Actually, the woman was selfish. She was very greedy. She did not give cake from her store. Instead, she started making a very small cake for Saint Peter. She made a very little cake. She started making a very small cake for Saint Peter. She did not want to share her things, but she looked at it and thought it seemed too large to give away. But when she put the cake for baking, she looked at it and thought that this cake was too big to be given to someone. Then what happened? Therefore, she needed another and still a smaller one. Needed to make dough from flour. To make dough from flour. आटा से वो गुड़ करके लोई बनाना. So therefore, she needed another and still a smaller one. But it looked, when she turned it over, as large as the first had done. The little miser woman, the little greedy woman, the little selfish woman thought that the cake was too big to be given away. So she started making another smaller cake. When she looked at the cake, she again felt that it was as big as the previous one, as large as the first had done. She felt that it was as big as the previous one. Again, she was not ready to give this smaller cake to Saint Peter. What happened then? Then she took a teeny scrap of duff and rolled it flat and baked it thin as a wafer. Scrap here. Scrap means that small amount of duff and rolled it flat, just like the lady. Pay attention at the picture. And baked it thin as a wafer. But she could not part with that. The third time, look at the story. The third time, she took a very small amount of duff and rolled it. The poet says that she rolled by laying emphasis on the fact that she rolled the duff and made it very thin like a wafer. Wafer means papadi. Papadi जिसको आप हिंदी में बोलते हैं. And baked it. But she was so greedy that she could not give that thin piece of bread to the son. For कारण क्या बताती है? For she said, my cakes that seem too small when I eat of them myself are at too large to give away, so she put them on the shelf. Actually, the woman reasoned that, कारण बताती है कि when she ate the cake, she felt that they were very small. But if she had to give them to someone, she felt that they were too big to be given away. She put all the cakes on the shelf of her kitchen. She put all the cakes on the shelf of her kitchen. And she did not give any piece of cake to Saint Peter. Then what happened? Then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint. And surely such a woman was enough to provoke a son. Provoke. Pay attention at the word which is used in the fourth line. Provoke. Provoke means होता है insight, उकसाना. Insight करना, insight. So then good Saint Peter grew angry, for he was hungry and faint. Actually, Saint Peter became angry. He was very hungry. He was feeling very weak. And the selfish woman was not ready to give him even a small cake. This behavior of the greedy woman angered the saint. This behavior was enough to provoke a saint, to make him angry. Let us come to the next stanza. And he said, you are far too selfish. Too selfish. Pay attention. Too selfish. To dwell in a human form. Dwell. Dwell means to live. To live. In a human form. To have both food and shelter and fire to keep you warm. Actually, Saint Peter cursed the woman and said that she was very selfish. She did not deserve to live like a human being. He added that food and shelter. It means he added that God had given her food, shelter and fire. Why? God had given her food, shelter, fire to keep warm. But she had become selfish So that she doesn't want to share all these resources to anybody. God had given all these things to her, but she had become selfish for all the resources she had. She did not want to share them with anybody. Then what happened? Now you shall build as the birds do, and shall get your scanty food. Scanty, it means little, in less quantity. And shall get your scanty food by boring and boring and boring all day in the hard dry wood. Here, Saint Peter cursed. Here the word boring is used. Boring means to make a hole in something with a tool or by digging, khodna, digging. So here Saint Peter cursed the woman that hence she would become a bird, because she did not deserve the human form. She shall become a bird, and just like birds build their houses by boring into the wood and collect very little food by working hard the entire day. It means Saint Peter cursed the woman to be a bird. Which type of bird? Yeah, woodpecker. So, by boring and boring and boring all day in the hard dry wood. Actually, after a curse, she would also work hard in the dry wood all day and get little food and make a small places for herself to live in. Here, come to the next line. Then up she went through the chimney, never speaking a word, and out of the top flew a woodpecker. Just I have told you, na, woodpecker. It is one kind of bird which picture is shown some moments ago to you. For she was changed to a bird. As soon as Saint Peter cursed the woman, she did not get a chance to speak for herself, never speaking a word. After curse, she did not get a chance to speak for herself, because that very moment she flew up to the roof through the chimney, just like it is a chimney of the roof. So she flew up to the roof through the chimney and flew out in the form of a bird. Saint Peter's curse had converted that woman into a bird. Then what happened? She had a scarlet cap on her head, and that was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burnt black as a coal in the flame. Here, when the woman turned into a bird, at that time she was wearing a red, scarlet, brilliant red color cap. So, when the woman turned into a bird, at that time she was wearing a red colored cap on her head. This cap was there on the bird's head also, just like cap. Yeah, pay attention at the head of the bird. ठीक है, you can see the red cap on her head. So this cap was there on the bird's head also, was left the same, but all the rest of her clothes were burned. But the woman's remaining clothes had burned and burned black in color, just like a coal. And every country school boy has seen her in the wood. Wood means forest, where she lives in the trees till this very day, boring for food. Country, here the word country is given in the first line of this stanza. In the last stanza, it is the last stanza of the poem. And every country school boy, here people who live in the countryside, it means rural areas. So people who live in the countryside, even the small children who go to school boy, the small children who go to school, seeing this kind of bird in the woods, they see that she stays there all day and keeps on digging the wood with her beak to collect her food. Whenever any child sees this kind of bird, then his elders tell him this story. Which type of story? Which story? How the lady turned into the bird. So whenever any child sees this kind of bird, then his elders tell him this story. They say that the bird used to be a woman earlier. She was very greedy, and so she was cursed by Saint Peter and turned into a bird. They get a teaching that they should not greedy. So it was the last stanza of the poem. Dear students, what you learned from this poem? You learned that you should not be greedy, you should not be selfish. So the poem has been completed. Thank you. Best of luck.